Good day, everybody. Rob here at WesternPacificWeather.com. It is currently the 24th of October, 2010, going in right around 03 Zulu for the rest of you there worldwide. And currently, though, a much more inactive day compared to the last several days, into the last several weeks, actually. We have typhoon, the remnants of Typhoon MEGI, now Tropical Depression MEGI, here just off the eastern coast of southeast China in here. Also, we have the development of our Tropical Depression 16W right in here. I know a lot of people in the Philippines have a close eye on this system, and also over in the IO here, Cyclone Giri is all but extinguished over here in the Burma region, right in this region. Made landfall here on Friday, actually as the strongest cyclone to ever hit the country. Actually, about 15 knots stronger than Nagris did about 2 years ago in this region. And I'm showing this stat shot at the time of landfall. You can really see the overall development out of this system with the rapid intensification actually experienced 36 hours out ahead of time. We were expecting a lot of casualties to be reported right off the bat, but right now only one's actually coming out of Burma, one due to the flooding. Hopefully that number does not rise, but from what I'm gathering from various news agencies is that the government here in Burma took this system very seriously and notified everybody, especially in these low-lying areas, especially after what happened, the devastation 2 years ago. So with that good news coming from the government and their actual notification and really taking the storm seriously and evacuating everybody here, it looks like the amount of casualties are rather going to remain pretty low, and that's initially, and it still looks like pretty good news out there, but that's right now. But on the other side, you have the agricultural loss and the devastation from architecture and homes along the coast here. Right now, it looks upwards of several thousand people homeless, and the agricultural loss is going to be very devastating in this region. So that's the current news coming out of Burma right now. It's very sketchy at best. Really don't have too much to say about it. So if anybody has some other areas of information that you're getting this from, or if you have information from there on the ground, please let me know. Moving back out here into the Western Pacific, let's first talk about 16W here. I know all eyes in the Philippines are actually watching this right now, as Pagasa yesterday put out a warning that was going to basically take the storm right towards northern Luzon right in here, but since then has changed their course, here shown on this warning here. For Tropical Depression Katring, this is from the Philippines name for this system, basically starting a recurve off to the northwest and eventually going to see a recurvature towards the northeast, probably just clipping Okinawa farther up here to the north. But good news is that Pagasa is starting to follow on suit with the other agencies, JTWC in particular. JMA is still not sure where they're going to put this system. They basically have a big wide cone here. But right now, the system continues to drift actually to the southwest, and that's actually why some people are probably getting a little nervous about it. It's shown on the satellite imagery here again. The storm is slowly drifting to the southwest. Some very good organization out of it, and especially the equatorial inflow is very high. You got a lot of convection down here. But if you look farther out to the west here, see these clouds moving up to the north here. Now, this is actually part of a weakness in a subtropical ridge here. The upper level trough is actually taking these clouds to the north, shown on the streamline analysis here. It has this area of positive vorticity right in here, and also the overall background flow is moving to the north around the Westpac High out here. So should expect this system to start moving north to the northwest over the next 24 to 48 hours, and eventually, once it starts making its turn to the northeast, should start to see the speed pick up here. Now, this is the track I actually made up. Not too much has changed since yesterday here. Still expecting it to drift a little bit farther to the west and eventually to the north here on the 26th and the 28th and out to the 30th, still affecting some possible rain showers along the east coast of Hanju here. And this is really kind of what JTWC is showing, the system moving around subtropical ridge and eventually getting picked up with the polar front jet up here. Now, showing the official warning from JTWC, just to note, these are just my thoughts on here, nothing official. Here's the JT warning, showing the system making that turn to the north when that weakness of the subtropical ridge right in here, and eventually off to the northeast. Especially, it's going to start to speed up, as you can see right in here, the larger distance between the two dates as it gets wrapped up in that polar front jet. But right now, it looks like Kadena and Okinawa here, I have to watch this very closely, as you're expecting to still remain inside the cone for a good distance of time here, but also noting that even if the storm does make it farther out to the east here, you still have the effect from the outer rain bands on the island. But right now, though, it looks like the Philippines way off to the west here, and also Taiwan, who is still suffering from MEGI over there, should remain well to the east there. And speaking of MEGI, shown on this visible satellite image, the system is very disrupted right now. Looks like it got basically wrapped up in the stationary front that extends from Japan over South Korea and all the way down to eastern China here. And very hard to actually tell where the center of circulation is now on this visible satellite picture here. And that is why JTWC and JMA have already put out the final warnings on this. Same with Hong Kong here, already put out the final warning. So right now, just a very big rain producer here in southeast China, and still definitely the high chance of flooding throughout that entire area. Also noting that in Okinawa, up to 9 reports of deaths there, with still several dozen people missing from the flooding and the outer rain bands associated with the system. But right now on radar, showing the rains mainly all but extinguished over here in Taiwan. So a much sunnier day today, and hopefully good news comes out of what they're going to be seeing here this morning. But that is all for today, everybody. If you have any questions, you can field them to me at westernpacificweather.com as usual, and also you can find me at storm2k.org. A lot of good meteorological people there. Likely going to have another update this evening, but it's going to be not going to be so much for what's going on with the weather currently. It's going to be more of a backtrack of MEGI, this very devastating storm, and possibly the strongest storm and the most deadliest storm of 2010 here out in the Western Pacific, and especially with several record breaking situations this storm led with the landfall in the Philippines, its overall width, and the overall massive amount of rainfall it dumped in Taiwan here. Definitely a very historical storm. So if not this evening, likely by tomorrow morning, have a full update on that. So if you have any other questions, though, please let me know. Stay safe out there, everybody, and see you later. Bye.